Do you believe in the importance of privacy? And what would you think if one day your life lost all privacy? Take a look at the lives of superstars and celebrities who struggle to keep their personal stories hidden from the public to understand why it's so important to keep something in your life to yourself. As British author C.S. Lewis once said, "We live in a world starved for solitude, silence, and privacy, and therefore we are starved for meditation and true friendship." No matter how much we may want to open up and share our true selves with others, the kind of connection we crave can only be satisfied if we respect our privacy and are careful about who it is we let in. The ancient Stoics believed in the power of discretion and the wisdom of silence. They understood that not everything we think or experience should be shared with the world. In the pursuit of wisdom and inner strength, Stoicism teaches us to keep 10 things you should always keep private. Before embarking on our journey today, I want to challenge you. Stay tuned to the end and don't miss any of the lessons. Each story shared below contains meaningful messages. That is the key that helps you open the door to peace in your soul. And if you overcome this challenge, please leave your mark in the comments section to let us know you joined us on a meaningful and profound journey today. Let's start our journey with the first thing. Never share your deepest fears and insecurities. Number 1. Your deepest fears and insecurities. Have you ever stood before the vast expanse of the night sky, marveling at the stars, and pondered the mysteries held within the quiet depths of your own heart? This is the essence of our journey today, as we explore the Stoic practice of safeguarding our deepest fears and insecurities. In the heart of ancient Rome, amidst the echoes of the bustling forum, lived a Stoic philosopher named Cato. His life was a testament to the Stoic virtue of resilience in the face of adversity. Yet, within the confines of his study, Cato wrestled with his fears and doubts, choosing to confront these inner demons in solitude. Why, you might ask, did Cato, a figure of immense public stature, opt to shield his vulnerabilities from the world? It was because he understood that true strength lies not in the absence of fear, but in the mastery over its disclosure. Similarly, we have the story of the great orator Lucia. Despite her public acclaim, Lucia grappled with a fear of inadequacy, a whisper of doubt that threatened to silence her voice. Yet, she chose to share this battle only with a trusted few, finding strength in the privacy of her struggle. Through this selective sharing, Lucia not only preserved her inner sanctuary, but also transformed her insecurities into stepping stones toward greater self-awareness and confidence. Through the 2 examples above, and the discoveries about Stoic thinking, what can you learn for yourself? Stoicism teaches us the value of discernment in the expression of our innermost thoughts and feelings. The act of keeping certain fears and insecurities private is not a denial of their existence, but a strategic choice to cultivate personal growth and resilience. So, what fear will you choose to confront in the privacy of your heart today, and how will this choice empower you on your journey towards Stoic wisdom? Number 2, your dreams and goals. Surely each of us has our dreams, ambitions, and goals. We spend a lot of enthusiasm and effort to nurture, that dream and constantly try to make it come true. However, the key to this journey lies in how you pursue and conquer it, and wisdom from the Stoics may help you find this important key. Back in ancient times, in the bustling streets of Athens, there was this philosopher. Let's call him Zenon. He wasn't the kind to shout his dreams from the rooftops. Instead, he kept them close, like a secret between him and his soul. Why, though? Well, Zenon believed that some things, especially our dreams and goals, they're kind of sacred. They need space, quiet even, to grow strong and resilient, away from the noise and sometimes the doubt of others. Imagine you've got this tiny seed, your dream. In the noisy market of opinions and skepticism, that seed might struggle to sprout, but in the quiet of your own heart and mind, that's where it can truly start to take root and thrive. Like Zenon, many of us have dreams that are, let's say, a little fragile at first. They need care, attention, and a whole lot of belief. Now, think about your dreams, the big ones you've maybe not told a soul about. How does it feel to hold them close, giving them the chance to grow in your own quiet space? Of course, you need to understand that Stoicism does not advise you to keep everything to yourself forever. Instead, the message that Stoic philosophy wants to give you is to know how to choose the right time to share. Once your dream is strong enough to withstand the storms it'll meet. It teaches us patience, resilience, and, most importantly, the belief in ourselves and our ability to achieve our goals, no matter how lofty they may seem. So, what's your dream, and how can you nurture it, starting from that quiet place inside you? Remember, every big achievement starts with a dream, a thought, whispered in the quiet night, just waiting for the right moment to begin its journey into the light. Number 3, your wealth and possessions. Socrates, who was known as the wisest philosopher of Athens, once said, "Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty." This powerful statement invites us to reflect on the essence of Stoicism's approach to wealth and possessions. How often do we measure our worth by what we own, forgetting that true value lies not in the material, but in the content of our character? Consider the tale of Lucius, a Roman senator renowned not only for his vast estates, but also for his wisdom. Lucius, despite his affluence, chose to live a life of simplicity. He believed that flaunting wealth attracted not admiration, but envy, and in the quiet privacy of his life, he found true richness in the cultivation of virtue and wisdom. Why, you might ask, did Lucius choose such a path? Because he understood that the more we bind our happiness to external possessions, the more vulnerable we become to the whims of fortune. Now, let's turn our gaze to the present, to the story of Maya, a successful entrepreneur in the digital age. Maya's innovation and hard work brought her substantial wealth. Yet she made a conscious decision to keep the extent of her possessions private. This decision allowed her to focus on her goals, to invest in relationships not for gain, but for genuine connection, and to live a life aligned with Stoic values of moderation and self-control. So, I want to ask you, how do you view your wealth and possessions? Are they chains that bind you, or are they tools for creating a meaningful life? Stoicism invites us to consider the impermanence of material wealth and to find true security not in what we own, but in who we are. In embracing this philosophy, we discover that the greatest treasure is a serene mind, one that remains unshaken by loss or gain. Let us, therefore, cultivate an attitude of gratitude for what we have, while remembering that the best things in life aren't things at all. Number 4. Your romantic relationships. In the journey of experiencing life, our romantic relationships are among the most vibrant threads, rich with color and texture. These relationships are sacred journeys of connection, growth, and profound intimacy. The Stoics, with their keen insight into human nature, understood the value of preserving the sanctity of these bonds by keeping them private. The love story of a woman with great spirit and wisdom in ancient times, Flavia and Maximus, is a typical example of this value. Their love story is known only to a close group of friends and family. Their bond was deep, fortified not by public declarations, but by the quiet moments shared away from the public eye. This discretion allowed their relationship to flourish, rooted in mutual respect and understanding, away from the prying eyes and unwarranted opinions of society. Flavia and Maximus knew that the strength of their bond was measured not by its visibility to the world, but by the depth of their commitment and love for one another. Now, let's connect this ancient wisdom to our modern lives. In an age where the details of our personal lives are often displayed like artifacts in a museum, the Stoic practice of keeping romantic relationships private offers a refreshing counterpoint. It invites us to ask ourselves, what value do we place on the privacy of our love? How does the quiet cultivation of our relationship enhance its depth and meaning? In the spirit of Stoicism, let us remember that true love and connection are treasures best kept close, nurtured in the quietude of privacy. They are the unseen roots that anchor us, the silent strength that sustains us. As we navigate the complexities of human connection, let us strive to protect and honor our romantic relationships, recognizing that the most profound bonds are those that thrive not in the light of public attention, but in the warmth of private devotion. What step will you take today to honor the privacy and sanctity of your romantic relationship, fostering a bond that is both enduring and deeply fulfilling? Number 5. Your training and practice. Why do we so often seek applause for our efforts when the true reward lies in the growth those efforts yield? This question invites us to explore the Stoic practice of keeping our training and personal development endeavors private, a practice deeply rooted in the pursuit of virtue for its own sake, not for the accolades it might attract. We can see this when studying the harsh training process of athletes. Alexius, a young athlete, always spends countless hours in the gymnasium. His body is sculpted through discipline and hard work, yet he chooses not to boast of his regimen or the extent of his sacrifices. Instead, Alexius understands that the true value of his training lies not in the recognition it might bring, but in the strength, resilience, and character it builds within him. This story mirrors our journeys of personal and professional development. In an era where every milestone often finds its way onto social media, the Stoic wisdom of maintaining privacy in our training and practice offers a powerful counterpoint. It challenges us to question, are we pursuing growth for the sake of validation, or are we truly committed to bettering ourselves regardless of external recognition? The Stoics teach us that the most profound transformations occur in the quietude of our commitment to excellence. By keeping the details of our training and practice private, we cultivate a sense of inner fulfillment that is not contingent on the fleeting opinions of others. This privacy allows us to focus on the process itself, fostering a space where genuine progress can flourish, guided by our internal compass rather than the external pressure to perform. In adopting this Stoic approach, we find that the richest rewards are those that resonate within the quiet confidence of knowing we are on a path of true self-improvement. Let us then cherish our training and practice as sacred activities, nurturing them in the privacy of our commitment to becoming our best selves, for in this privacy lies the heart of genuine growth and lasting achievement. Number 6. Your family problems. Are you wondering, why can't we share our family problems with others? Let me tell you a story about a family in ancient Rome facing challenges that might feel all too familiar even today. Chances are you will find the answer right after this story. Marcus, a respected senator, and his wife Julia, a woman of great wisdom, encountered trials within their household that threatened to disrupt the harmony they cherished. They had disagreements, as all families do, and their children sometimes strayed from the path they hoped for them. Yet, in handling these matters, Marcus and Julia chose a Stoic approach, one that we might learn from even now. Amid the turmoil, they sought not the counsel of the public forum, but the quiet reflection of their inner courtyard. They understood that family issues, those deeply personal and often complex matters, were to be navigated with discretion and integrity. This isn't to say they isolated themselves or refused all outside help, but rather they were selective, sharing their burdens only with those whose wisdom and discretion they trusted implicitly. This story is a testament to the Stoic belief that not all things need to be shared with the world. The privacy of family matters is sacred, allowing for resolution and growth in an environment of trust and love. By keeping their family problems private, Marcus and Julia were able to work through their issues without the added burden of public scrutiny or the influence of ill-advised opinions. Now, think about our own lives. In an age where sharing has become the norm, where the line between private and public is increasingly blurred, what can we learn from Marcus and Julia? Stoicism teaches us that the strength of a family lies not in its appearance to the outside world, but in the love, understanding, and resilience that exists within. It reminds us that while it's natural to seek support, there is wisdom in choosing carefully whom we invite into the most intimate areas of our lives. So, as we face our family challenges, let's consider the value of privacy, the strength it offers, and the space it creates for genuine healing and growth. Now, we will come to the 7th thing, but before knowing what it is, I want to share with you a small story that I once read in a book. Once upon a time, in the heart of a bustling city, there lived a person named Alex. Alex was known in the community not for their wealth or status, but for their quiet acts of kindness. Every weekend, Alex would prepare meals and distribute them to those in need, asking for nothing in return. This story, while simple, carries a profound message rooted in Stoic philosophy. This message is also number 7 of the 10 things you should keep private. Don't publicize your charitable deeds. Number 7. Your charitable deeds. The Stoics, with their deep understanding of virtue and the good life, believed that true benevolence lies in the act itself, not in the recognition it might bring. Alex's story is a modern reflection of this timeless wisdom. By choosing to keep their charitable deeds private, Alex embodied the Stoic principle that the highest form of generosity is one that seeks no applause, no reward, but is driven purely by the desire to make a difference in the lives of others. This approach to charity is especially meaningful in our current times, where social media often becomes a platform for showcasing good deeds. While sharing can inspire others to act, the Stoic invites us to question our motives. Are we giving to truly help, or are we seeking validation and praise? Stoicism teaches us that the purest form of giving is anonymous, done without expectation of gratitude or recognition. For in this anonymity lies the true essence of altruism. In embracing the Stoic practice of keeping our charitable deeds private, we cultivate a form of generosity that is selfless and pure. So, as you go about your life, consider the power of quiet generosity. Let the story of Alex inspire you to perform acts of charity, not for the accolades, but for the sheer joy of giving. In doing so, we embody the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue, where the greatest reward is in knowing we have made a difference, quietly and without fanfare. Number 8. Your innermost thoughts and reflections. On my journey of self-discovery and wisdom through Stoicism, I want to ask you, how often do you pause to reflect on the value of keeping some of our innermost thoughts and reflections just for ourselves? Stoicism teaches us that not every reflection needs to be voiced, and that the privacy of our thoughts is a garden where wisdom can flourish away from the noise of external judgment. Listen and contemplate the story of a girl named Aurelia, a person who strictly follows Stoic teachings to understand the profound value of this lesson. Every day, Aurelia always takes time to reflect on the mysteries of life, and then she summarizes them into lessons, reflections, and contemplations that she finds most meaningful. However, Aurelia chose to share only a fraction of her reflections with the world. She believed that some thoughts were like seeds that needed the darkness of the soil, the privacy of one's mind, to germinate and grow. This practice wasn't born out of secrecy, but from the understanding that the deepest parts of ourselves are sacred and deserve our protection and reverence. Now, let's connect this ancient wisdom with our modern lives, where sharing every thought and opinion has become a very common and everyday action. What might change if you chose to nurture some of these reflections in the privacy of your own heart and mind? How might this practice deepen your relationship with yourself and enhance your understanding of the world around you? In the spirit of Stoicism, let us remember that the richest conversations are often the ones we have with ourselves. By honoring the privacy of our innermost thoughts and reflections, we create a sanctuary within, a place of strength and serenity. In that place, you will receive the key to wisdom, sincerity, and a life true to yourself. Number 9, your spiritual experiences. Our spiritual journeys are as unique as the stars in the night sky, each one following its path through the cosmos of belief, doubt, revelation, and enlightenment. These experiences, rich in emotion and transformation, hold a sacred place within the tapestry of our lives. They are the quiet moments of profound connection, the sudden insights in the stillness of meditation, the unspoken prayers whispered in the depth of night. In the ancient world of the Stoics, such experiences were often kept close to the heart. Marcus Aurelius, himself a Stoic emperor and philosopher, reflected deeply on his spiritual beliefs and practices, yet he chose to record these reflections in his writings, not for public acclaim, but as a means of private contemplation and self-improvement. In our modern era, where the sharing of nearly every aspect of our lives has become commonplace, the Stoic wisdom of maintaining the privacy of our spiritual experiences offers a counterpoint. It invites us to treasure these moments, not for the validation they might receive from others, but for the personal growth and understanding they provide. Well then, how might your spiritual journey deepen if it were treated as a sacred, private exploration? How might the silence surrounding these experiences allow for a more authentic connection to the divine, the universe, or however you perceive the greater essence of life? The Stoics teach us that some of the most profound growth occurs in the quiet solitude of our minds and hearts. By honoring the privacy of our spiritual experiences, we allow them to unfold in their own time and space, free from the distortions of external expectations or judgments. So, let us cherish these spiritual moments as personal treasures, guiding stars in the journey of life. Number 10. Other people's secrets. The last thing that Stoicism advises you to keep private is other people's secrets. In the realm of Stoicism, the focus is always inward, on controlling our own actions and responses rather than influencing external outcomes. When we apply this to the matter of keeping secrets, it means exercising the discipline to hold our tongues, the wisdom to recognize the weight of what has been shared, and the integrity to honor the trust that has been placed in us. It's about understanding that our virtue is defined not by how much we know about others, but by how we manage that knowledge. Now, translate this ancient wisdom to our modern world, replete with digital communication and social media, where the line between private and public has blurred. The Stoics' approach becomes not just relevant, but essential. It asks us to be guardians of trust in an age of transparency, to recognize that the strength of our character is measured by our ability to protect the vulnerabilities of others. So, as you navigate through life, remember the Stoic commitment to improvement, not just of self, but of society. Consider how, by keeping the secrets of others, you contribute to a culture of trust, respect, and mutual improvement. Ask yourself, how can I honor the confidences entrusted to me, and in doing so, uplift those around me? Let the silence you keep be a testament to your integrity and a contribution to a world where trust remains sacred. We've just gone through a journey of self-discovery with 10 things you should always keep private. Sharing is the bridge that makes relationships between people become connected and sustainable. However, there are stories you should still keep in your heart rather than tell them. Because you absolutely do not know what you look like in the eyes of others. And the 10 things we just shared above are the most important things that Stoicism advises you not to share publicly. By keeping these things to ourselves, we can protect our confidence, mental health, and personal growth, thereby cultivating inner strength, resilience, and wisdom. If you feel inspired by today's meaningful journey with the Stoic philosophy, please like the video and leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos we share in the future. Goodbye, and see you again.